Hey there. This is Brian with the Engaging Missions Show. I'm coming to you live and unannounced because I just had something that I really wanted to share with you. If you're joining for the replay, I'd love to hear from you, likes or comments, whatever you can do. I just wanted to share this with you because I was writing an email to a publisher. They contacted me about potentially connecting and having me review some books, and they wanted some information about you as the audience because they wanted to make sure that they were providing things that were valuable. And so I sent them a list of topics first, and I just said, we're interested in missionary and church planter stories and things about developing partnerships or raising up leaders, finding ministry opportunities where we are, even some missiology and church history, as long as it focuses on application today. And as I was looking at that, I was like, man, that's a wide range of things. And I thought about you as the audience. And this is what I shared with her. After I put in that part, I said, the reason I shared those first is because you, my audience, are pretty diverse. And it makes it really hard to turn that into a soundbite to say, my ideal listener is 45 years old and lives in central U.S. and does these things, because we're not that. We're 75% of us are based here in the U.S., but that leaves 25% who are outside the U.S. for whatever reason. About 60% of us, a little over half, are involved in some kind of vocational full-time ministry, but that means that the remaining 40%, which is a pretty significant group of people, are typically involved in some kind of non-vocational or bivocational or co-vocational ministry, meaning that we're splitting our time somehow. I fit into that particular bucket. And we range everywhere from current and full-time missionaries to church planters using simple reproducible methods here in the U.S., to missions pastors and mobilizations, to movement coalition leaders. I mean, that's a pretty wide range of people. And we use a variety of models, everything from what we might think of as the traditional church model, where we've got a church building and a number of people that come there, to small house churches, to any number of different kinds of things. And what I shared with her is the thing that I love the most about that is, first off, there's a huge amount of diversity, but through all of that, our commitment to glorifying God, not a particular movement, not a particular method, not a particular denomination or ministry, and that because of that, we find incredible grace for each other and acceptance across people who use and ascribe to different methods and different ways of doing things. And so I shared that with her, and I just shared, I realized that makes it a bit hard to nail things down. If it sounds like what I've done is created what I think of as a cross-section of church leaders from a variety of disciplines and denominations, I think that's right, but that's also the goal. That's what I wanted. I didn't want to be tied to a single church or a single denomination or a single method or anything like that. It makes it tough to make a soundbite, but I think it's a pretty cool picture of how God's kingdom works. And I wanted to say to you, first off, this is how I see us. And you being part of this, I appreciate that you're here. We might not agree on everything. We might come from different backgrounds. We might see things a little bit differently, but I love and I appreciate the grace that we're able to extend to each other and what God's doing in the middle of that. I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What do you think about this? Have I got it right? Have I missed something? Is there something that needs to change about my perspective or about how we're approaching this? Leave a comment. Share this if you think somebody will find it beneficial. And I look forward to connecting with you soon.